Welcome back to Rigger Tailgate. We are live. It is Saturday, and today we have a very special guest. There is no Joel in the building. There have been some reports he might be dodging us because Nico did not have a great day today against Indiana. We can talk about that a little bit later, but first and foremost, let's say what's up to Van Lathan. He's got the bat back, Van. Good to see you, man.
Yes, the bat will be back as long as we're not post LSU game, because I can still act like we're the ones that are taking the swings when we're the ones accepting the blows. So pause. But the bat will be back for right now for the game today. Yes. How you guys doing?
Shout out to everybody who was asking about the bat not being there in studio. We are not in studio today, but joining us, the press box's very own Bryan Curtis, and he's doing it in the burnt orange because he's a real loyal Texas Longhorn fan. Bryan, good to see you, man.
Yeah, Tate, you and I will be going to Goodwill immediately after this podcast and donating our clothes. I'm so happy to be here, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for both of us. This is Mac Brown's dream to see two guys wearing both the Texas and the North Carolina gear. Obviously, looking like losers right now. The game's not over for Texas. It is obviously over for the North Carolina Tar Heels. I'm sure we'll talk about them at some point. In fact, Van is mentioning that I have to sing a song, Sugarland by Nancy Sinatra at some point.
Shoo, shoo, Sugarland. There you go, Tate.
Yeah, I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. I actually watched the video. Great video. If you haven't ever watched that, so go check that out. Right now, we're in the midst of some great games. Mizzou-Vanderbilt is happening right now in real time, late in the fourth quarter. We also have Alabama-South Carolina, which is a bit of a shocker. We also have some upsets happening on the board. Washington blowing out Illinois. We mentioned Texas there, but let's start with our one big reactions from the day, and then we'll get into these games as they finish up and wrap up. I'll go to you first, Van. One big reaction. What's on the board for you? What stood out from what we've seen in the first two windows?
I got to talk about how impressed I've been with the Indiana Hoosiers. Now, it seems that there have been a lot of teams in college football this year that were incapable of getting up for games that they should win, and they trip up. You saw Florida State trip up at Stanford. Of course, you saw really – you could make an argument that UCLA was kind of the game that got James Franklin canned. It started the peeling of the onion there. The Oregon game being what it was is a completely different thing. But UCLA is when the antenna started to raise, not Indiana. Indiana is focused. They have a good grasp of who they are as a team. They play with discipline, precision, action, and they went out and did what they were supposed to do against a team that is inferior to them in every way, which tells me they are not going to be for the slip-ups and the letdowns. Indiana's for real.
And Curt Cignetti, the entire game, looked disgusted as it was happening. I mean, this is if you just watch Curt Cignetti on the sideline, Bryan Curtis, you would probably think to yourself, they must be losing this game. This is obviously not going well for Indiana, but instead they cover, double cover in this game. I think that's a term we can use. It was 23.5, I think, the final spread for this game. I thought that was a big line for UCLA, one of the hottest teams in the country. Everyone's talking about Neuheisel, what he's been able to do with his offense. As soon as they lose this game in blowout fashion, it's back to Tim Skipper. Everything is about Tim Skipper, and we're all talking about Tim Skipper. Van giving a reaction right there as to why that might be the case.
What y'all doing? All I saw was Neuheisel. As soon as they lose, what's going on? I could do erase, but I'm not going to. Okay, I'm gonna let that go because that's not what we're here for. We got Bryan Curtis here. Okay, we have real analysis and real media expertise in the building. Bryan, why do you think that they win? Neuheisel, Golden Boy, and as soon as they lose, it looks like a 6 o'clock news. Why do you think that they would do that?
Do you think the email just went out to the graphics department at all the sports websites? Because I saw so many little cards, just went up and all had Skipper on them. I agree.
Little strange there. But back to the Indiana team. I mean, this team is obviously living up to the hype at this point. Mendoza, obviously Fernando Mendoza, looking like a Heisman candidate. His brother comes into this game. He looks pretty good as well. So just when you think you're done with one Mendoza, another one comes in, and Mendoza's this UCLA team. The game started with the pick six. Nico, again, was the guy who threw the pick six to open this game for UCLA. So that was a little bit tricky from the jump, and Indiana just continued to jump down the throats of UCLA. And I want to shout out Joel. Joel has been on the Nico train from day one. He has been saying that this is Nico's year. When we ask him to pronounce the last name, that's when he kind of pulls back a little bit. But again,
Right,
it's
can't do
all
that.
about Nico. He does not like the last name, but he likes Nico. And Chris Ryan even brought it up to us how much he loves the bit of Nico. But today he was a little bit snake bitten in this game, and UCLA could get nothing going. Brian, do you think that Indiana could win the national championship? I think for me right now, I'm buying into the hype. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
I am too. I love Fernando Mendoza today because he reminds me of an 80s quarterback in the way he moves around the pocket, how robotic he is. Remember the 80s when quarterbacks and power forwards weren't athletic? They were just really, you know, they look very, very robotic, like a machine back there. That's what he looks like. And yet he gets it done. Like he's just kind of going sideways through the pocket, and it's a huge completion. So I believe absolutely.
He's a true point guard at quarterback, but he's an elite point guard, which means, let's think, he's not as saucy as like a Chris Paul, but give me like a good, Tate, this is basketball stuff. Give me a good, solid, distributing point guard that can do everything you need him to do, but it doesn't come with any sauce. Chris Paul's maybe a little
TJ McConnell, right?
No.
You don't like TJ McConnell?
Man, shout out TJ McConnell, man.
He's got
shout out TJ McConnell. That's I'm not trying to hate on TJ McConnell at all. But it's not TJ McConnell, bro. Tate, okay. You're a basketball guy. You were supposed to have that in the tuck. Malcolm Brogdon is what they're saying.
Okay, maybe Malcolm Brogdon's a good one.
Malcolm Brogdon, somebody like that. In the old school,
great
like
career.
Andre Miller. I guess Andre Miller and TJ McConnell is basically the same player, right? It's the same player.
I'll give Andre Miller a little bit of the tip of the cap there. I want to be respectful to Andre Miller. Yeah. But I like that call. I think Malcolm Brogdon, who is a little bit robotic, I think that would be a nice mix there. And shout out to him. He decided he did not want to play basketball anymore and had a great career. So I want to give some love to Malcolm Brogdon. Brian, I'll turn to you now. One big reaction. Obviously, there was some news that came out this morning. Diana Rossini was the one who reported this. She had a great feature just about all the news around the NFL. And then at the end of the article, there was a little tidbit, just a note there that said, apparently Steve Sarkisian, the head coach of Texas, as we all know, had been reaching out about the potential of taking a job at the next level. Now, we know this circus happens all the time with the coaching carousel, but is that your one big reaction? Is it related to Sarkisian and kind of the refuting of the report? Because CAA comes out and they say, hey, we didn't do this. Sexton says, this was not us, I promise. But that almost made it seem even more damning, right?
That is my reaction. And I actually got a statement from the Titans here, Tate. I'm going to read it to you. Please keep Steve Sarkisian away from us. We're not that bad. Don't let him ruin Cam Ward like he has Arch Manning. I mean, what a day for Texas, right? You get Sark coming out with that weirdo stuff in the morning, and now they're down 17 in Starkville as we talk right now.
Yeah, the cowbells are out right
points.
now.
And
they've actually cut it to live score. They've cut it to 10. It is now it's 21-30. Oh, never mind. They just scored.
Literally, the false hope.
Literally, as I was saying that, like they broke one, and now it's 37-21. So you were right.
God.
You were right. It's back to 17. Alabama just tied the game. I got the multi-view up. Alabama has tied the game with 54 seconds left to go against South Carolina, which would be a crippling, destructing loss for them if they lost. And
similar to Oklahoma last year, right? It's kind of the same deal. They lost at Oklahoma last year, kept them out of the playoff.
Yeah, Mississippi is now Mississippi State just ripped off a big one. So Texas is back in hell.
So there we go.
Back in hell, Brian.
What a day for Sark. I mean, he's making $10.8 million a year at Texas. He can do whatever he wants, but we're putting out feelers for the NFL. We're making it known that we'd be interested in an NFL job. That is just so strange to me.
Well, can I say something?
Yeah, please.
I actually believe right now that a lot of these coaches are realizing that with the extra added hurdle to jump of the transfer portal and the NIL, that the NFL, those jobs are easier than college jobs. I really, truly believe this. Now, you know, the NFL comes with a lot of scrutiny. The NFL comes with the 24-hour news cycle in a different type of way. It is, like they said in the movie Concussion, a sport that has a whole day of the week on lock. However, college football is enough like the NFL that you're dealing with player contracts now, player movement now. You know, you're trying to retain players year in, year out. You're operating almost inside of a salary cap already with what your collective can do and all of that stuff. But then you still have to recruit. And that is the difference. It would be one thing if you had the recruiting that you had to do, but all that other stuff you didn't have to worry about. But now you have to worry about all that other stuff, and you have to recruit, and you have to live in towns that, let's face it, most of the time is not LA, New York, whatever, Vegas, wherever these places are.
Nashville.
Whatever. Yeah, all these places. I've never been there before. I heard it's great. But for Sark, when I saw that he was looking at the NFL, I thought, he's getting his ass kicked. He has to replace Arch. He has to deal with a rabid fan base. He has to deal with a tradition and a fan base that is really not his tradition and not his fan base. He didn't grow up a Texas fan, any of that stuff. Maybe it's easier to go into the NFL and deal with all of that for him and not have to recruit and deal with all of this other stuff than it is to stay in Texas right now. And I think that a lot of other coaches are going to start to feel that way.
I think there's something there. And one thing people forget about Sark is he and his wife had a baby in April. I don't know if people know this, but they welcomed a child into the world. You don't have a lot of coaches who have newborns coaching big time college football like that. So I also thought about that too when I thought, is this something where it's like, look, there's a lot going on in my life. Everything Van just said, I have to be both a coach and a general manager of a college football team. Maybe, even if it's a Titans, that could look at least somewhat appealing.
And there's also the whole storyline, right, with Sark coming into the week, talking about him calling the plays, right, Brian? They asked him about calling the plays. They had brought up all these different national championship teams. And, there was only one coach who was calling the plays when he won the national championship. That, of course, was Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo was very happy about that PR push that he got out of that. I heard Mac Brown talking about this a little bit. He was like, early on in his career, he would call the plays because, look, I mean, you kind of know your football team. He was like, the hardest thing for him in his coaching career was handing the keys over to someone else and then have someone in his ear calling the play, and he would say internally, that's a terrible call. But at the end of the day, it's like it's out of his hands, it's out of his, sort of say. And he was like, this is Sark's decision to make that decision. Obviously, the play calling hasn't been great for Sark. So, I mean, he's got a lot on his plate, not to mention the newborn, but running this team, managing the roster, also calling the plays. Does he have to give up one of those things for it to kind of come back together there at Texas, you think?
I think so. He said in his press conference this week, hey, they hired me because I was calling plays at Alabama. Actually, they hired him because Nick Saban laid his hands on you like he laid his hands on Lane Kiffin and said, you are healed. You can go coach again. You are good, right? It wasn't a play calling thing. But yes, he's got to give something up.
He's got to give something up at some point, and this would be terrible for Penn State. If Sark did actually end up leaving, Penn State kind of viewed as the number one job out there. Maybe Florida jumps there, depending on your kind of flavor of the day. But Texas would no doubt be the number one job on the market. So if you're Penn State, you're like, please, God, do not let Sarkisian go to the Tennessee Titans.
Can I say something real quick, man?
Yeah,
I always
please
say that, but then I say it. It's like
keep saying it.
These roughing the passer calls
are tough
in college football. Not the roughing, not even to say that these are necessarily bad calls all the time, but these penalties that these linemen are getting themselves involved with are brutal. I'm watching this. It's happening week in and week out. The discipline of these guys to extend drives. Mississippi State was just off the field against Arch Manning. They were off the field. Arch threw, his customary terrible ball. And they were off the field. Roughing the passer extends the drive. Now Texas has a chance to extend this game. Arch is on the move. He just skipped another one. What the fuck is going on with this guy? Hey, Brian, what the hell, bro? Like, I'm starting to take it personally, the whole Arch thing. It's not even that Arch is terrible. That wouldn't be fair to him. That's not the case. But he is so breathtakingly mediocre. He is so average. He is the cream of the crap, the best of the worst. He is so crazy average that I do not understand how we got to generational Dan Orlovsky talent when people are talking about Arch Manning. What did Texas do to glamour everyone and make people think that Arch was the truth like this?
Dude, I mean, that's what hits me. It's the averageness of it. It's not the struggles. It's just even when there's a clean pocket, 5-step drop, here we go, and the ball comes out and you're just like, okay. The only time he didn't look average today is when he was running. That's the only time. That's when he uses his legs. He looks like, an above average college quarterback. Otherwise, he just looks like stuff. He looks like a thing, a guy playing QB. By the way, Bama's up 7 now. Late in the fourth
what
quarter,
happened?
34 seconds.
Jeremy
left.
Bernard touchdown.
They got. We must be in overtime.
No, we're in the fourth quarter.
No, 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they got the ball back, and then Jeremy Bernard, I think it was like a 35-yard rush there. A little bit
Fumble
of a fake.
by South Carolina leading to
fumble
the
by
Bama
Oh,
score.
Alabama's winning the national championship. No. That's it.
You ready?
Season's over. No, you guys, Alabama's winning the national championship. It's over. They won.
This is the game.
You mean to tell me they're down like that within 2 minutes of the game? They score, get a fumble, then get another score? South Carolina, in hell, Alabama, team of destiny. They are going to the chip. They're going to the chip. No fucking way. Let me see. Hold on for a second. How did I miss that? What the hell?
Van's gonna make sure this is real right now. Yeah.
I sort of
you let him down.
When I was watching this game, I was like, finally, it was too much for Ty Simpson because he's been so good this year. And every time they've needed a big pass, but man, down 8 on the road, get touchdown, 2-point conversion, then take advantage of the turnover and get another touchdown. I'm with Van,
Bro.
I mean, that's
Arch absolute dime.
Are you still? You're the only one still. I'm not even watching this.
When we're talking, well, bro, touchdown. They back down 11. Arch was throwing like he was
2-possession game.
Holy man, Arch absolute dime, bro.
Okay,
one of the best throws he's made.
Forget average. Okay, I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Can
look
we
at
give a
that.
little love to Haynes King?
Yeah.
Haynes King. Mr.
8-0,
Draws.
Georgia Tech, first time since 1966. They're going to keep saying that every week that they win. Last week it was 7-0, first time since 1966. This week 8-0, first time since 1966. Haynes King, though, they started out slow, Van, but he came to life and looked great.
Dominant game. They were talking about on the broadcast whether or not he would have to up his passing stats a little bit to get invited to New York or be in the Heisman conversation. I personally think right now that Haynes King definitely should be in the Heisman conversation. He was dominant today. Dominant. They called a great game. It looked like, I want to shout out Ricky Collins, a Baton Rouge guy, getting a little playing time for Syracuse. But Haynes King had the ball on the string today, man. He was doing his thing. Got to show him some love from the early set.
Yeah, love that backfield with Haynes and Haynes. Justice Haynes, Haynes King. I don't know how Haynes, the brand, has not gotten an NIL deal with both those guys. Yeah, right.
Yeah, the Draws twins, Mr. Draws, 2 draws.
There you go.
They got the full Draws
something there.
backfield.
Yeah, there's something happening there. I like that. I like the shout out as well. Can we talk about Lane Kiffin? Because I feel like Lane has been the story of the day. This is obviously not a reaction. This is just a talking point because Lane Kiffin obviously had not won against an AP ranked team on the road. That had been a big talking point as far as the talking heads are concerned. Everyone's saying, can they travel with this offense? He makes so many adjustments on the line in real time. Can Lane get it done? He goes to the Prairie and he gets a big win against Oklahoma. And honestly, Trinidad Chambliss in this game was the real star. Obviously, John Mateer was September, the Heisman favorite. It is, obviously fallen out of favor at this point. But there was the moment after the game, Brian. I want to get your reaction from a media standpoint. He has a little back and forth with the player from Oklahoma and, basically says, you're quiet now. And, Molly does a good job kind of playing into it. They laugh about it. But what is Lane Kiffin and what is sort of, we need characters like this, but what is kind of the read on that whole, back and forth between those two guys?
He's really mastered the 2025 media world, hasn't he? We got another yoga tweet this morning. Yeah. By the way, how skinny does Lane Kiffin look? I look at him all the time, and I'm like, I want to look like Lane Kiffin. He looks in shape, but he's all sweaty with the yoga thing today. He's on Twitter. Remember, was Jim Harbaugh really the first coach to start doing that when he was at Michigan? Remember those tweets about
Jim
10 years
Harbaugh,
ago?
Full on bought into the entire cultural aspect of college football when he got to Michigan at first. We had Quavo up there. The fuck the Migos got to do with Michigan football? You see what I'm saying?
Barely everything.
Quavo up there, the whole nine. It's crazy.
That was an impressive win though too, because Ole Miss is one of the best teams I don't trust in college football. Or don't fully trust in college football. Because you watch that defense today, right? That was a question. And the front four is really good. They can get after the quarterback. They had some big plays against Mateer today, but then they have these big busts in the third quarter where you give up back-to-back touchdowns, and all of a sudden you look like you're about to blow out Oklahoma and you're down. Man, they're just such a fascinating team. But Chambliss was awesome today. And Tate, if you watch that game, there were so many plays where it felt like he was about to bust off plays for 10, 20 more yards, and he gets tripped up because the field was crap today and wet, and he was falling down all over the place. Looks like he needed new cleats. It was a funny game.
He was about to do what?
Bust off 10 or 20 more yards. Did I
bust off? Oh my God.
Bust off a run. I'm sorry, Van. Is that
balls of the week?
Yeah.
He was what they
he was about to gain some more yardage. Rack up some more yards.
I can't believe what I'm watching with the Alabama situation. I can't believe what the fuck I'm seeing. God, please deliver me. God, just deliver me. I've asked, man, you know what, man? I came to LA and I'm still Christian. I'll be going to church and everything. Like, tears. I've been to churches. I've gone to St. Martin of Tours, the Catholic church up there. I've gone to the church right around the corner. I've been to all kinds of churches. I've been to synagogues, been to mosques. I'll go to church. Sometimes I stop in and worship with people. But God won't deliver me from Alabama. He just won't. He won't. Alabama was supposed to lose to South Carolina, and then we were supposed to have a fun time. But it wouldn't happen. What is going on? How did that happen? I turned the game. I come in here to sit down with you guys. It looks like their win probability thing must have been all the way down. South Carolina had it. And I turn around, and now they've won. And no one's going to even remember the story of the game because the final score is going to be so Alabama tilted. It makes me sick. I'm sick to my stomach right now. I'm sick to my stomach with Alabama. When's going to be my time? When's it going to be my time to get over this thing with Alabama, man? It's been going on for too long. I thought it was over first week of the season, and these sons of bitches are back. They're back. The best team in college football is over. Give them the trophy. I don't want to watch no more games. Alabama.
You have no hope for 2 weeks?
No.
Not even a screw up their season type of game, which LSU is absolutely capable of?
Who?
LS who?
What? What are you talking about?
This is smart, though. This is a way to reverse jinx it into happening. I think this is smart.
I love that. Like as if I put that much faith. I painted my face last time. It's I have zero faith in that game. I have zero faith in that game. I have zero faith in the game tonight, LSU Texas A&M.
28 minutes from kickoff right now.
28 minutes from kickoff. The only thing I have faith in is pain. It's pain. This has been a very painful college football season. Some of this football is painful. I'm loving watching it, but I cannot believe that Alabama pulled that game out. I want to throw to another game, though, if it's okay, Tate.
Of course. Yeah, ride it. Let's go.
The Maestro.
I just, that was for you. That was for you.
We got Bryan Curtis joining us. Be careful. What about our G5 Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? What the hell? What a game. Maybe the best game of the day was South Florida and Memphis. Was a fantastic football game. Both teams laid it all out on the line. Memphis had to dig deep to come back and win that game. I watched every play of it earlier today. It was probably the best game of the early slate to me.
Yeah, it's a bad day to be a Nico. Nico Grammatica in that game does not make the kick. He has a 52-yarder there late in that game. They said he wanted to be on the left hash. The kick is from the right hash. It was a bad hold. These are all the excuses I can build in for him because I don't like to blame the kicker. But again, Nico Grammatica comes from a great family of kickers. That one was not so great. And again, now we have a really interesting situation with the G5 right now. Memphis, probably the most head-scratching loss of the season, right? Dilfer gets fired. They get like a weird like momentum game where UAB shocks them with Chris Mortensen's kid coaching that team. So that was a great story last week. Memphis bounces back this week. They're 7-1, and now they're in the driver's seat, I guess, to be the G5 representative. If we're looking at the playoff, am I crazy to think that, Bryan Curtis?
Again, yeah. Do we give mulligans when games aren't on Saturdays? Because they didn't lose on a Saturday.
I do a little bit. Like Thursdays and Fridays, I feel like weird things happen. Same with the NFL.
Yep.
Van's in agreement. Yeah, I like that.
The Friday night game, particularly, I would never play on a Friday night. I'm not playing on Friday night. That Friday night ACC game is a setup guaranteed loss.
Right. Virginia Tech beating Cal last night in double overtime. Very strange game.
Was it Oklahoma State that lost their trip to the national title on a Friday or Thursday against
I think it was
State,
a Thursday.
I want to say
I think it was Thursday, right?
It was a weird night like that.
Oh. Wait a minute. What year are you talking about there, Ryan?
That was the year they played Andrew Luck in the bowl game. I can't remember which bowl game it was.
You trying to bring up the bullshit?
He's stepping in for. He's sitting in for Joel. He's sitting in for Joel. So you got to do a little bit.
This is the way
Joel's
Bryan
actually
does it.
texting me right now.
This is what the press box people.
Are you Cyrano de Bergerac-ing Joel's taunts?
If you guys don't know what happened, they lost that game. They lost that game, Oklahoma State, which is why I'll never give a fuck about them. They lost that game, and then that vaulted Alabama into the national championship game, where they summarily destroyed the LSU Tigers 21-0, worse than it seemed. We never got past the 50-yard line on offense. Had we played Oklahoma State, we'd have been riding a white horse into a natty. All right. Bryan is getting at me. Everybody is doing it. Everybody's taking little shots at me because of the LSU thing. And
see, it's more subtle than Joel, but it's no less effective. That's my plan
see.
there.
I knew what you were doing right there. You're getting at me.
He's putting his hat back down. That's how much you're getting at him, Bryan.
That was AJ McCarron, who I just saw yesterday is running for office in Alabama this year, who won that national championship game. He's run for
That's what you do after football. You run for political
Goodness
office.
gracious.
I'm sure AJ McCarron will be a completely sane, regular politician. Like he'll probably, I'm sure that'll be, because they're all regular guys when we're kicking it with him on Saturday. And then I'm sure AJ McCarron will come up and he won't say anything like, oh, 60% of the guys I played with should have been in prison. He won't say something stupid like that. I'm sure we're not going to learn something stupid about AJ McCarron in the coming months. AJ McCarron, should I say.
Yeah, Brent Musburger will be voting for him, that's for sure, if there's anything we know about A.J. McCarron. One big question, Van and I actually talked about this. This is a little bit of a side tangent, but it gets back to the Lane Kiffin of it all, because Lane Kiffin is very much a character in and of himself. But Van and I were at the USC game a couple weeks ago. We all remember that. Joel was very upset about us going to that game, did not think we would make that game. We did make that game. But Van, you asked me this, and I wanted to kind of posit this question to both you guys. But here's the question. Is there an example of a normal, well-adjusted head football coach who wins at a high level in college football specifically? Now, we tried to run the gamut and figure out a name that would make the most sense. We couldn't really come up with anyone because everyone's strange in their own ways. So, Bryan Curtis, I'll go to you first here. Is there anyone that's well-adjusted and normal that is actually, contending for championships? Because it does feel like you have to be a little bit off your rocker to be one of those guys.
I agree. I got two names for you. Tell me how you feel about these. James Franklin, was he a normalish dude?
It was normalish, maybe too normal.
Yeah.
Todd McShay says not so much, but I think he's in there.
He seemed like it, and the other one I came up with was Mac Brown. He seemed like normal suburban dad. Now,
that's my guy.
He didn't win a lot, but he won one big one.
Mm-hmm. He did, and he got to another one. Justice for Mac Brown, man. People continue to talk about like Mac Brown wasn't no hell of a motherfucker. He had them in a good situation. They won a national championship. They went back to a national championship. They did not win that one, but he wasn't the type of coach. It was difficult for coaches like Mac Brown in that era because they were being compared to Nick Saban and then Dabo Swinney, guys, and Urban Meyer, guys who had their teams there perennially every single year they were going to win. But Mac Brown was a great coach, and that program was humming during the time he was there for the most part.
Yeah, he had Pete Carroll on the front end. Then he had the Saban kind of passing the torch moment, right? When Colt McCoy gets hurt in that game, Marcel Darius hurts him in the national championship game. Garrett Gilbert has to play in that game. I mean, there's the greatest what if right there. If Colt McCoy doesn't get hurt, maybe Alabama doesn't win in 09. Alabama fans don't want to hear that. But, I mean, it is a great what if. And Mac Brown, I think, Bryan, you and I have talked about this. He just kind of got obsessed with the 5 stars. Like, the talent accumulation felt like it took over the football at some point, right?
It does. And that's the kind of the curse of programs like that is sometimes you can do it, so you get obsessed with it. And then it stops being about just who's the best player. Let's put him on the field. We'll get to that more with Arch in a second. By the way, Texas driving down 10.
Oh, yeah.
Texas driving down 10, 5 minutes left.
Really good luck.
They need to get a score quick. Mississippi State is folding. They are going to fold. Touchdown, Texas.
Touchdown, Texas?
Oh, yeah.
You
just
dropped it.
Oh,
You dropped it. Michigan State is going to give this game up. If I'm telling you, if not for that roughing the passer call, that terrible penalty. Oh, that's a great throw by Arch. You guys, I'm watching this game. Arch is starting to find something. He's starting to find something. I don't know what it is.
Can we cut to like 15 minutes ago when Van's like, he's an average quarterback? I've seen nothing.
He's made a couple of big throws and big moments, though. He's starting to find a little something. I don't know what's going on anyway.
He started just now.
Magic.
That's the problem. He didn't start in the first quarter, but yeah, he's looking pretty good.
Maybe he's got some Bo Nix in him. Sometimes I feel like they should start the clock on the fourth quarter for Bo Nix in the NFL just to like get him going. You know what I mean?
They
like,
just went to the crowd in Starkville.
Oh, they're shook.
Oh.
Shit.
It's a lot of overalls with stripes.
Yeah, it could be South Carolina all over again. You know what I mean? That was kind of the cutaways to the crowd in the South Carolina game were just mean, and I feel like they could be doing that again for Mississippi State. We'll keep tabs on that. We'll do biggest things from the day. Van, I'll go to you first. Biggest thing that your biggest takeaway so far from the day.
My biggest takeaway. I gotta turn this off. I'm sorry, guys. My biggest takeaway is we're this deep into the season, we still don't really know anything. The surest commodity seems to be Indiana, but Indiana is not
Ohio State, maybe
Ohio State, maybe, but you're still waiting for Ohio State to have the offense really tested. But Ohio State has, to me, the number one unit in the whole country, which is the Ohio State defense. They're just going to be in every game that they play. They're going to have a chance to win. They have the highest margin for error. Indiana might be the team that seems like they are the top dog for whatever reason. But other than that, man, you just got so many different questions, even still. Like, even still, this deep into the season, you're wondering who can beat who. Some of these losses are bizarre. South Carolina should have beaten Alabama today. You never say should have. The game went exactly the way it was supposed to. Just a lot of unknowns in college football. And if you were asking me to give you the playoff landscape or who was going to be where and what was going to happen, or who even, there's not a runaway player for the Heisman right now. There's not one guy that you watch every Saturday that dazzles you enough for you to be like, there's your Heisman Trophy winner. One guy putting up crazy stats and big, huge games and doing all of that. It's just a really odd, very efficiently chaotic season. And you keep expecting it to make more sense every Saturday, and Saturday doesn't bring you anything but more questions.
I love it. I love the chaos of it all. Bryan Curtis, that kind of leads into what your big thing is, right?
It really is, because, we have basically agreed as college football fans and college football programs and even college football conferences that conference championship games are useless. They are trash. We don't need them anymore. This is the season we need them, because I'm looking at Indiana's schedule. They're not playing anybody. I look at Ohio State's schedule from here on, other than Michigan, which Ryan Day has a lot of problems with. They're not playing anybody. We need more information between those two teams. Ole Miss is another one. Really easy schedule from here on out. We need
basically at
SEC,
home, right? The rest of the year. Yeah.
We need and there's at least one non FBS team in there too for them. Is it Citadel that's snuck into Ole Miss's schedule?
I think it is the Citadel. Yeah.
We need an SEC championship game. We need conference championship games this year to do exactly what Van said, which is give us some clarity on a very efficiently chaotic year.
And even, the Big 12, we need to figure out who's actually good, right? I mean, Iowa State, BYU, that was, I don't even know how that wrapped up today, but that game was a lot of back and forth trying to figure out what's happening. Cincinnati's looking like a team that's, got more bite than maybe we thought early on in the season. So the Big 12, you're trying to figure out. The ACC, they feel like maybe some paper tigers, you know what I mean? Like 8-0 Georgia Tech. We still need to see them really get tested. Their big win was against a Clemson team that we now know is not very good. So they've been propped up by some strange wins. Miami has looked great, and then also we all saw what just happened against Louisville. So not quite sure who they are. They're I think 8th in the ACC right now. So you're right. A lot of these things need to be figured out for the Power Four. And a lot of these conference championship games are going to matter a whole lot more. I do want to talk about Vanderbilt. They had College Gameday today, and they win that game against Mizzou. It was an ugly game. It felt like nobody wanted to throw the first punch in that one, and they were able to survive that. Van, did you learn anything about Vandy today?
They're going to be around. Resilient team with a lot of belief. Man, if you're a Missouri fan now, if you are Eli
it was
Drinkwitz,
right there.
If you're a Missouri fan, man, that's a game that they're going to be thinking that they should have won, man. They had so many fantastic opportunities to take control of that game. Vandy's defense inside of the 10, inside of the 5, For some reason, they just lock up and start playing. They were able to keep LSU out of the end zone. A lot of drives deep into their territory last week. They continued that. And what I saw today, they were able to stall out a lot of drives from Missouri that ended up right on the doorsteps of touchdowns. Then they knock out the Missouri QB. They're down 2 QBs at Missouri, right? There was a battle in camp. Both of those guys are down now. Missouri had to roll in the freshman to come in. Thought the kid played pretty well. Thought they schemed up some things for him, but it just wasn't enough. Vandy was too much for Missouri. And you gotta wonder about Missouri. You gotta wonder about them in terms of, we talked about it before. They need to win one of these games. They had a chance today. They couldn't get it done. Vandy has the belief and the makeup of a team that's going to be there. I think Vandy is a little bit maybe underrated right now at 10 in the country. I think they're a little bit better than a couple of the teams in front of them.
Look at their schedule, Tate. They got Texas next. I mean, if Mississippi State doesn't get it done tonight, it feels like it's Vandy that's going to end that season. Then they got Auburn, who made a QB change. They got Kentucky, who's not very good, and then Tennessee on November 29th. Which, if Vandy's ever going to do it, right, it's lined up right there for them.
Yeah, and that Tennessee game will be electric in that state, and obviously a lot of Tennessee fans that are like, you're on our corner, right? We are the football school in this state. This is what we're supposed to be doing. They probably don't like all the coverage that's happening for Vandy. It did feel like for the first time to me that in this game, Vandy was playing as the front runner, and maybe they were feeling it a little bit more than they have in the past. They've always had a kind of a chip on their shoulder, especially with Pavia, but today they felt like they were trying to hold, you know what I mean? They were just trying to keep it together and win this game with game day in the building. Speaking of game day, we got Bryan Curtis here, so I wanted to ask him about this. Your thoughts just kind of like on this version of game day. We obviously start the season with Lee Corso's finale, a great call your shot finale for him. He calls the FSU Alabama upset. He did call LSU to win the national championship, which, you know, we'll see how that works out.
You don't know.
Fans. He might be right. He might be
right.
Know.
Maybe he was talking about me in college football 26.
There you go. Who knows? We don't know what he was talking about. But then we also get the McAfee stories that are kind of filtering out, which feels like planted stories. Very similar to like how Belichick has these stories and Mike Lombardi has these stories coming out where it's like, you know, bad stuff's happening. People are upset, all this sort of stuff. Your read on the current iteration of game day, is it good? Is it bad? Is it moving in the right direction? Do you like the new identity? Like, kind of where do we stand right now?
I thought the McAfee thing was really crappy. Because look, it's one thing to go on the air and talk about executives at the company. Not that the executives love, but that's one thing. It's another thing to talk about the producers that make you look good every week. And for him to come out and be like, well, there's all these old white guys that don't get me. I mean, 1 month ago, he is standing on the high dive in a Speedo in Miami doing this crazy stunt. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's McAfee showing those Barstool guys how to do a pregame show. This is amazing. And then he's whining that he's not, you know, they don't get him, that they're not giving him opportunities on that show.
That was a pretty good opportunity.
That was terrible. I thought that was just absolutely terrible.
Hey, just to let you guys know, Legacy Drive coming right now for Arch Manning.
This is the drive.
Legacy Drive in his first year as a starter.
Legacy Drive coming. Sometimes you got to establish a legacy. This is my thing about game day. I love one thing that everybody else hates about game day. What do y'all think it is?
The dog. You love the dog.
Love it. Love it.
I knew you loved it.
That's the real answer?
That's the real answer. I love, oh my God, Texas getting cheeky on the punt return. Oh shit, Bryan. Oh, daddy. What the fuck?
Here we go.
Hey, that's one of the
best. This is Ryan Niblett. Yes, sir.
That is one of the best. House. That is a clutch punt return. You guys just missed it. You guys aren't watching. This is my problem. Is you guys aren't watching the fucking games.
I got
my problem is you guys aren't watching the games, man. We're doing the show live.
Jack Wilson texting us, Texas.
The Mississippi State fans, they just went back to the fans again in Starkville.
Yeah.
Mississippi State
this one woman just did a
completely blown it. Completely fallen apart, fell apart. Look at them. They're despondent.
No cowbell. Yeah, no cowbell happening right now.
That was one of the, you know what that return reminded me of in real time? Do you guys remember Deshaun Jackson kick the ball to him, catches the ball, walk off,
Gets the
punt return.
Giants. Yeah.
This guy makes one move, gets the sideline, and we going to the house. The house.
He said no legacy drive for Arch Manning. He said, I'll take care of this.
You know what he did? He took the ball out of Arch's hands.
That's a good
He
teammate.
was like, I'm nibbling, and I got to look at him. Get off of me. Make a tackle. Get freaky. Watch him. Look at the block.
Oh my
Great
God.
Oh my
That's
God. That was a hell of a return,
unbelievable.
man. College football, baby.
Dude.
We back.
And
Now, let me
Sark's
talk about
fired
Kurt
up.
Herbstreit's dog real quick.
And this is the same guy, Ryan Niblett, that changed the Oklahoma game. You remember Texas a little bit on the
Yeah.
ropes in the second half? He took one to the house in the bed in that game, too.
Niblett said, "What about me? Nibble this.
Mhm.
I'm the man." You know what I mean? Like I like if y'all can't get it done, I'll get it done. I put the game
Nibble
on
Good
this.
t-shirt. Nibble this. Kind of like
Yeah.
the VT shirt. Gobble this. Yeah, it's good.
I put the team on my back.
Nice.
Darren
I like
Sharper.
it.
You feel what I'm saying? Oh no, it was a Greg Jennings. We don't mention
Yeah,
Darren
Greg
Sharper on
Jennings.
this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's a Greg Jennings. I put the team on my back. So I like the dog. The dogs are beautiful, first of all. To everyone that
dogs.
hates the dogs and what's going on, and this is not me in any way glazing Curb Street because he blocked me and then I got unblocked. I don't really fuck with him like that if I'm being real. But it's a real human connection between man and dog. Now, he treats the dogs a lot better than he treats actual NFL quarterbacks. The way he treated Carson Wentz after Carson Wentz was showing emotion, the dogs get more humanity. But I enjoy seeing the dogs run around. I bring Bozeman to the ringer. He runs around, he plays, he has a great time. I'll bring him in here right now. You know
Great
what I mean?
dog.
I love watching the dog. I like this version of Game Day because it seems like we have personal relationships with the guys a lot more than we did on the old versions.
I like it. Bryan Curtis, you're the final say here. Do you like the dogs? Are you in on the dogs?
You know, the dog is not my favorite part of Game Day, but I do agree with Fan that we do have some personal relationships. Like the McAfee Saban thing is fun. The whole Game Day is fun right now. It's a good show right now.
I think so too, and I like the field goal kick. I mean, today was probably the best example of a field goal kick.
$500,000 that guy won for kicking the field goal today.
I mean, he made like a 50-yarder. Like he
He
should
did.
sign
He
that kid
drilled
to
it.
Vandy. Yeah, or
Man, they
maybe,
just giving away the
USF.
money, man. They just that shit is whack. I like it. Listen to me hating. That was a hater moment. I apologize.
Man,
I
you're saying
don't-
it's a tax write-off. You don't like it.
Yeah, I like it, but they making a lot of kicks. They're making a lot of kicks. Man. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a publicity stunt. I like to see it when there's something on the line. Cause
You're saying
You know,
move it
we-
back.
yeah, make it a little
Mhm.
tougher. We live in this world where it's so funny, all of those competitions to me, because we're in such a hyper capitalist world that is like, come outside and fucking kick a field goal for $300,000, you broke motherfucker. We could change your life if you just make this field goal. But if you miss it, guess what? Back to the ghetto.
You get nothing.
And I love that because the natural progression of that is Game Day, but $1 million for two co-eds to fight to the death. Just drop a knife
Hunger
in between
Games.
them and let them stick each other, and you get $1 million. That's
Give
what
him
we
the
go in
pointers
15.
that Herb Street and Saban are using. Like, have them fight it out.
or dog fighting. Bring it full circle with football culture. Dog fighting. Can you imagine Herb Street and different challenges having to face Herb Street's dog for like
I
that's
think those
different.
dogs can scrap. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if they got pushed to it, they could make it happen. Billy Gill, by the way, our producer, he said you should get kicked out of school if you missed the kick.
I love
I
that.
like it.
Ooh.
I like
love
that.
that. I love
You know
that.
what
By
the
the way,
best-
I like stakes.
Texas, as you guys say, that Arch hasn't figured anything out. As I say that, Texas has scored 17 points in the fourth quarter.
It was
Or
unbelievable.
actually 24. 24 points
24
in the
to
fourth quarter
7.
of this game.
Yeah. 30.
But that's an
24
example, Van, of what you're talking about is at halftime of the national championship game where they're like, if you can throw a football through a hole, you get scholarship money. But if you can't throw the footballs through the hole, you know what I'm talking about, that game?
Yeah,
Mhm.
go back to the Amazon fulfillment center. Like, if you can't throw this football through the hole, take your stupid ass back to the hood and hope for your next chance to be a regular person. I love this shit. But if they're going to do it, they need to stick to it and move the kick back a little bit.
Right.
And last thing I'll say about it, do it this. You can leave the kick the way it is right now, but you need to add a rush.
No,
Somebody
a little
needs
pass rush.
Little pass rush. Somebody needs to have the opportunity to block it. And then if they block it,
Desmond,
they get the money.
get Desmond over there.
No, we get David Pollock back.
David Pollock.
Stick his hands up. Here we go.
Mississippi State legacy drive coming right now.
Blake
Here we go.
Shapen legacy drive. Who knew?
A lot of legacy drives happening in this game down in Starkville, Mississippi. Right now, 38-38, 120 to play in that game, 3rd and 4. And we got a first down. The legacy continues.
Oh, we moving. We driving.
Yeah, they're
Mississippi
driving.
State driving.
They got a good
They've
kicker,
now
too.
crossed the 50. It's about 1 minute left. Some kicker is waiting to come and break the whole student body's heart. But
Kyle Ferry.
right now they're moving the ball.
He's number 82, which always just throws me off.
I will say the kickers have gotten a lot better. You know what I mean? Like over the
They
past, like
have.
I'd say 10 years, it just feels like they're going to make the kick.
College
I know
kickers?
Grammatica, yeah, just kickers in general across the board. College, even like a high school, like out here in California. I mean, these kids, you go to a game, like gone to a couple games, out here, and you're just like, oh, these kids are making 50-yard field goals in high school. And then you're like, yeah, he's got D1 offer. He's also playing soccer. Yeah, a lot of great kickers out there. I wanted to give them some love. Again, we got a drive right here, legacy drive, 38-38. Just in general, Arch Manning vibes right now, Bryan Curtis. I want to do Zag of the day. This was your Zag. Are you changing course here on your Zag?
Let me zag on the zag.
Okay, I like it.
Since Arch's legacy is unfinished here with 57 seconds left to go in Starkville.
I like it.
I want to talk about this, Tate Frazier. John Mateer in Oklahoma. This sounded like a sports radio take that Brent Venables was ruining John Mateer when he rushed him back 17 days after he had thumb surgery. Did you guys watch John Mateer today? Did you see how many passes when they had a chance in there in the fourth quarter were just over people's heads? I mean, he looks not right, and he has not looked right since he got rushed back into action in Dallas.
Yeah, watch out for all that draft talk about John Mateer because there's going to be some bad tape on him. And I think you're right. I mean, they did rush him back, obviously, for that game. Uh-oh, what's the all-man for?
Van's like 2 seconds ahead of me, and it's like oh, no.
Mississippi State giving it
fumble.
They don't. Mississippi State don't. They don't.
It's like when you would listen to the radio and watch the basketball game on TV. The radio was always early. You know what I mean? So you could hear the radio call it first, and you get to watch it on the TV. That's what we got going on right now. I kind of like it. Mississippi State fans not happy in the cutaway I just saw.
So this is what I'll say about John Mateer. The situation with John Mateer at Oklahoma is it's such a pure and clear example of what comes along with the new expectations in college football. It's almost as if they cannot not play John Mateer. So much is riding on the big name transfer that comes in to win games for a coach who really and desperately needs to have a good season. Like when you go all in on 1 or 2 years of a guy, it just magnifies the importance of every single snap in every single situation. So this is John Mateer's season to come in and really elevate Oklahoma football and get them over the hump under Brent Venables. So there's just a lot of pressure on that. And when there is so much pressure on it, maybe times in the past where, if a guy had been with you for some years and had accomplished some things, or if you had a lot of time with them in the future, I'm not sure about Mateer. Does Mateer have another year he can come back and play, or is he out of here after this?
No, he's got another year.
Right. So we'll see what he does.
He's got 2 years, but I know he at least has 1 year.
Right. But we'll see what he does. But in a situation like this where a coach is pressing this much and you've paid a guy and you've brought a guy in to win football games, maybe you rush him back. Maybe he's back a little bit sooner than he should. He certainly rushed back to play Red River. Maybe he shouldn't be out there. Maybe you'd have a little bit deeper of a team and a backup you could turn to if there weren't so many resources tied up in this guy, which then makes you have to play him even more. It's kind of where we are.
It's also showing us that you need a backup quarterback, right? I mean, I know Texas in the offseason, Brian, there was a lot of conversation when Sark was asked about that. He was like, we don't have a backup. It was kind of almost like a point of pride about this team. It's like, we don't need a backup. We have Arch Manning, right? And it does feel like if you go across the country, I mean, we saw Texas Tech win a game with their backup quarterback, Will Hammond, that comes in the game. There's been multiple examples. Ole Miss, right? I mean, their best quarterback on the roster is their backup quarterback. So it feels like you almost, the old adage was if you have two quarterbacks, you have none, but it almost feels like for safety of your season, you need to have two quarterbacks on your roster that are at least competent. And if you look at North Carolina, they don't have any. So, I mean, when you have no quarterbacks, you're in real trouble.
Yes, and you need to have the bravery to play the guy you weren't expecting to play when he's the better quarterback.
Even if you're paying the other guy.
Trinidad Chambliss is the ultimate example of that, right? Why would you take him out?
Well, and they do. They keep taking him out and putting in Simmons, and every time they do,
2-point conversions and all that stuff. It's terrible. Like, why?
I'm wondering if it's contractual with Simmons that they have to put him in the game. Like, it's crazy.
You have to put the 2-point conversions.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want the guy to get disillusioned and transfer. If you're Simmons and you came in there and you got beat out, you got to play Chambliss. Chambliss is a Heisman contender, but you put Simmons in there just to keep him a little lubricated when it's time for him to come in and play the game. You never know what's happening. We're getting a punt here from the Mississippi State situation. Niblett is back again.
Texas. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Another legacy punt return.
The legacy punt return. They got a legacy down at the 1-yard line.
Oh,
Mississippi State about to. You know what? Mississippi State.
This is actually danger zone stuff right here. Texas is gonna have to run one play at the 1-yard line. At the end of regulation.
They're gonna be fine. The question is another overtime game for Texas. I give Texas credit for this. For as mediocre as they've looked and as mediocre as Arch has looked, when they've been in some of these games like this, they've really played hard and figured out a way to make one more play than the other team.
Yes.
They're a resilient bunch. They're not out of the game. This would have been.
And they haven't turned on Arch like as a team.
They have not turned on Arch.
Anytime you see him in the press conferences, they bring up about Arch. Like, he has got 10 toes down. Everybody on that roster has got his back, which is nice to see if you're Arch.
Yeah. So, yeah, they have to run the one play from the 1-yard line. Okay, they got it. So it's fine. Because you're worried about the safety right there, right, Brian?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you could end the game right there.
Arch with a nice QB sneak right there to get out of the end zone. Now we get overtime. That's great. And we get to hang out for overtime, which is even better. Van, do you have a counterplay or, a Zag of the day, anything you've seen? It doesn't have to be Arch related. It could be anything related.
My Zag of the day right now is that Stanford's up 7-0 on Miami. What the hell is going on?
They just killed Florida State last week. Yeah.
Miami, my counterplay is that Miami better not lose this goddamn game. I tell you that much. I don't think that they will lose this game. But if Miami loses this game, Mario Cristobal is going to have a lot of questions to answer. Oh, Mario Cristobal. Break open the Chrissy. Mario Cristobal. No. My counterplay for right now is that the Heisman race this year is absolutely terrible.
Mm-hmm.
This is the worst Heisman race that I can remember. And don't get me wrong, there have been some bad Heisman races. You guys remember some of these Heisman races that didn't fucking matter. But this one is legitimately brutal. It's brutal for all kinds of reasons. The top talent of the game that we expected to wow us, they haven't done it. But there was a reason why we expected it from those guys. It was because of the array of talent that those guys could put on the field, right? A game manager winning the Heisman is not fucking awesome. What you really
That'd
want
be Mendoza, I guess, right? He
would be Mendoza.
Yeah.
I would say that
Ty Simpson's not a game manager.
I wouldn't say that he's a game manager. I really wouldn't say that Mendoza's a game manager either. Those guys are both.
Yeah, that was disrespectful. I take that back. He's not.
Yeah, those guys are game managers plus. But when you see they play fantastic football in the style of that. There's no way in hell you can call Ty Simpson a game manager. He's making every fucking throw on the whole fucking field. Mm-hmm. But I guess what I'm saying is that for all of the excitement that this college football season has had, you really haven't seen the one or two dominant players on the offensive side of the ball that have really made you say, hey, this guy must be in New York. It's one of the reasons why I'm so high on Jeremiah Love, because when Jeremiah Love gets the ball in his hands, he is playing a different game than the rest of the guys that are around him. He's in the NFL, and they're still in college. I don't know if Notre Dame is having a good enough season, or is he having a dominant enough season to get to New York, but I think even over Jeremiah Smith, was kind of having a quiet year. I think Jeremiah Love is the best player in college football.
It is weird, too, because Jeremiah Love kind of started the season on a pitch count, and it felt like they were trying to give him a certain amount of touches, almost trying to save him, and then they lose those games early, and it's like, what were you saving him for? Those were the most important games. I mean, that was the strangest part of Love's whole season, but I'm with you, Van. I feel like he's one of those game changers. If you want to do the manager versus a game changer, I feel like he's definitely in that group of game changers that are out there right now. I do want to ask just about cross-off teams. Is Oklahoma officially a cross-off team at this point?
They're done.
It's over.
Yeah,
they're done. Right.
They got a tough schedule, too.
Yeah.
It's only getting worse.
Yeah, they're done. Oklahoma doesn't have the type of momentum. They don't have. They are not trending in the right direction right now to be a team that's going to be taken seriously. They might still win some games. They might beat LSU. They're going to beat LSU. Shut up. Yeah, they might still beat LSU, but as far as being a real threat in the SEC or on the national level, that's over.
Do you guys like this thing where Reese Davis comes on during every game and explains the rules of overtime? We saw this with North Carolina, Virginia earlier today, and it's like, when you're on a plane and they do the recording of how to put on your seatbelt instead of having a live person explain it.
Right. Yeah, they want you to take your headphones off, make sure you're watching, make sure you're paying attention. Remember, you do have to go for 2 after this. It is a very fascinating thing that they have going on there. Should we talk about that game? North Carolina, I have the jersey on. I got a Drake May jersey, trying to remember the good times.
Can I throw out something on that? Final play of the
please.
game. Ben Hall's the name of the running back, right? Who was stopped at the 1 yard line. Was that kind of a low quality stretch for the goal line by Ben Hall on that last play?
But the reason that happens, Bryan Curtis, is because, one, they've had the goal line issues all season long, as we saw against California, right? They fumbled the ball at the goal line at the end of the game. Also, in this game, they should have scored a touchdown to open up the game to get a 7-0 lead. Kobe Paysour stretches the ball out, loses possession of the ball. It goes from touchdown to touchback, right? And then I think from there, they probably had a meeting of the minds on the sideline. They're like, do not reach the ball for the goal line. And then at the end of the game, to win the game, a 2-point conversion, kind of reminiscent to 2019, Mac Brown going for 2 against Clemson. They come up short, just a yard short, a foot.
But you want to be like, now it's okay. It's the end of it's the last play of the game. Nothing else is going to happen. Stretch all you want.
As a Carolina fan, Tate, what would a win have meant for you? What would that have meant? Like
payback for 2023. So North Carolina was number 10 in the country. Virginia beats them. Drake May's the quarterback. That was a year North Carolina maybe could make a real run, and they lose to Virginia. And, just kind of Carolina's lost some of those games against Virginia in the past. So this was kind of a get back, payback. Our season's loss. Give us a sliver of hope. I didn't really like the call to go for 2, to be quite frank, especially with this offense. But, you really can't trust the offense to go out and score another touchdown after they just did. So, I mean, I understand the call. But it wasn't a great play call. Freddie Kitchens, shout out to Freddie Kitchens out there doing his best. But this team in general, I mean, it didn't really hurt as much. I mean, you can't really hurt something that's dead. We're already dead. You know what I mean?
You hate your team. Me and you are in the same boat of hell. Yeah. Like
I'm in hell.
This is a reason
I'm
why.
close, guys, too.
I'm actually not. Arch drops back.
Give me 5 minutes.
Arch on the run. Arch on the Rizzy. Archie busy.
Maybe we wrap this show where we're all in hell. Down. That'd be great.
Yeah, we're all going to Goodwill with our clothes. Yeah.
Arch is down. Arch is down. Arch is slow to get up, bro.
Arch took a shot to the head. Ooh.
Arch is slow to get up.
Sounds like a flag to me, right?
He dove head first.
Oh no,
man.
You know what? This is what I will say that Arch needs to talk to his uncle about. Not only did Peyton Manning very rarely look at Cooper up there, very unpleased. Not only did Peyton Manning very rarely run and then dive head first to put, if Peyton Manning saw the rush coming and he would just fall down. Fall down.
He would just literally cower down, right?
Yo, I don't know if we talked about, my father hated that so much. We would be watching the game and they would rush Peyton Manning and Peyton Manning would just throw the ball right down. My dad would be like, what kind of pussy shit is this boy on? What is he? That boy better make a play. He would always bring up a random name. When my father was like comparing somebody, he'd be like, shit, if that was Doug Williams back there, Doug Williams figured out how to make a play. I believe my dad knew Doug. It's like, what are we talking about? Doug Williams, best quarterback I ever seen at Cheney Bill, throw the ball 50 miles. Doug Williams would have found out a way to make a play. It kept that boy out the league. I'm like, Daddy,
David Garrard would have made a play there.
David Garrard would have won a play. It's like, so it's like, I look at that now. They got the backup in. So of course they didn't have a backup. We're gonna see if they have a backup now because the backup's in the game.
This could be a legacy drive.
This is the
legacy
great
drive
Matthew
for whoever this
Caldwell.
nigga is. Who is this guy? I don't know who the backup is.
Matthew Caldwell is the name, who came from Troy.
Oh,
Troy's a good team. Almost
good,
beat Clemson
good little
this year. Good
program.
program.
He just handed it off. It looks like Mississippi State has completely given up the ghost. They have no fight left.
Why?
I have no clue. They're like, please get this game over, man. We want some chicken on a stick down in Starkville.
They have 15 straight SEC losses. Like, this is the chance to break the streak in style. You can't quit now.
It seems like right now, oh, look, massive false start penalty. It seems like right now they've given up the ghost, man. We've also seen something else about this season. We've seen some brutal losses, man. Some really tough losses. The South Carolina loss, brutal for South Carolina. Yeah. This loss is about to be fucking brutal for Mississippi State.
I mean, even the Florida State loss to Virginia in overtime, I feel like that changed their whole season. You know,
brutal loss. We've seen some really tough breaks for
Penn State 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, Penn State to Oregon. Man. Right.
Penn State to Oregon was brutal.
Every single week, it's like a different overtime game that can break your soul. And obviously, you know, these teams know what the playoff implications are. They know you lose 2 games. Oh, touchdown!
I just love this. I just love this. I love getting the news 2 seconds.
Legacy
before.
drive.
Oh, never mind. It's not a touchdown.
Oh no!
Yeah, he missed it.
Van, that was not cool. By the way,
I apologize, fellas. It was like
it was very close.
They're gonna review this. He had him open, catches it. No, fellas.
All right, here we go.
We're gonna go to the replay review.
Touchy, downy.
Oh, that looked real close.
I think that's
Give me a touchdown. Yes, sir.
I think the chocolate bear Van Lathan was right, though. Choco Barrow. I think that's
my apologies, Van.
I think that's 6. Tate, look at that. Everybody in the chat right now.
Chat, let us know.
In the chat. Look at that. TD. Tell me. I think that's 6.
TD or no TD.
All right.
Look at this. Look, so
this is the 8-string SEC ref who's going to make this call.
There's a foot in. He brings it in.
That is a
hell of a catch right there.
That is a hell of a catch. If that's a catch.
See, this is why we need the game day operations center that the ACC has. We need that in every conference. Like I need to see them talking about.
He survives the ground. Listen to me. He catches the ball right there, 1 foot in. He survives the ground. I want to know. I gotta look at the chat now. I never do this during the game.
This is a legacy review.
I gotta.
So they called it not a touchdown on the field, right? So it's got to get overturned, which is
6. Look, everybody is saying, "Oh, Van, fix the graphic." I apologize, my bad. Fellas.
Oh yeah, Van, fix the graphic.
Yeah,
that's my fault. That's my job. That's part of my job here. I got to remind you.
Tate, you falling
off. This is quality control.
Yeah, I'm the quality control assistant.
Look, looks like a TD. That's a catch.
That's a
TD. Everybody's saying like, "Hey, shout out to the chat." That's a TD. I would actually interact with the chat, but then I don't want them going through like, never mind. But that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown to that light-skinned young man.
He's celebrating. He's acting like it's a touchdown.
Yeah, it's a TD. That's 6. And that's a hell of a throw. Watch everybody in Texas.
Yeah, offensive linemen are congratulating him.
Yeah, he's getting dapped up by the whole team. That's usually the sign that like they saw the replay and they all think it's a touchdown.
Bryan, let me tell you something. If Archer has a concussion, this boy came in and threw a touchdown.
He threw a dime.
If they start this guy next year and the offense gets moving, this is going to be one of the silliest fucking seasons in the history of Texas football.
Truly.
Yeah, it's a touchdown. Call overturned, of course. It's 6.
The transfer from Troy.
The transfer from Troy. He got one look at Starkville. Look at that.
Oh man. The thumbs down.
They're done. They know they fucked
booing.
it up.
Yeah,
he started 5 games for Troy last year.
That was a good ball. I mean, it could have been, maybe he could have fitted it in a little bit better, threw it towards the sideline a little bit. I know I would have had that motherfucker. I would have been right on the money with it. That's how I get that.
Yeah. Arch would have been in the 4th row.
He was trying to be safe. He was trying to give some more distance. You know what I mean?
Legacy extra point coming up here, Bryan. So now Mississippi State officially, mercifully, gets to come out, run it up the middle 3 straight times, gain a half yard, and get on back to start. And get on back to day. It's over. I mean, they're in Starkville, so they don't have to go anywhere. But now Mississippi State gets to go back and do whatever they were doing before because that punt return broke their spirit.
Yeah.
It did. That punt return broke their spirit.
They wanted the Arch legacy drive, and they did not focus on the punt coverage there. Is Shipley the kicker for Texas? Is he related to the real Shipley?
He is. He is not.
Okay, I want to make sure. I was like, is he a cousin of Jordan and Jackson Shipley?
He is.
I all of a sudden
Shipley.
like him a lot.
I got Shipley for you. Are you guys familiar with Shipley's Donuts?
Yes.
I am not.
Yes, I am familiar with that.
Baton Rouge, South Louisiana.
Shout out.
Baton Rouge. Okay, you guys didn't ask, but I don't know if you guys have watched other Ringer things. I always bring it back to me. 5 places you have to visit if you go to eat in Baton Rouge.
All right,
Are you
let's do it.
listening?
Here we
See
go.
how Mississippi State just fucked up? That was a touchdown. A guy just dropped it.
Oh, man.
5 places to go eat in Baton Rouge. Tony Seafood, Plank Road. Gotta go. Tell them Van sent you. They're going to be like, who is that? Number 2, Dale Pitt's Chicken.
Okay.
Dale Pitt's, the Chicken Shack.
Oh, I love a
Went to a bunch
shack.
of-
Anytime
Yeah.
Shack's in the name, it's going to be good.
The
Yeah.
Chicken Shack. Blue Store Chicken. Go check it out. I wasn't on the Blue Store for a long time, but now I'm fucking with it. Okay.
Coming around,
Blue
okay.
Store Chicken. Pyran's seafood restaurant in Baton Rouge. All of these places are great. 5th place, to me, best place. It's an interesting place. It's on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge. The interesting thing about the place is I'm not sure when they're open. They have weird hours. It's a restaurant called Louisiana Lanyap. Perkins and kind of Bluebonnet, Baton Rouge. Basically, Perkins and Bluebonnet. You go in there, you get something called the pontchartrain. It is a soft shell crab on top of a piece of fish with sauce over it. Oh, laissez le bon temps rouler. It's like couchon de l'eau.
Oscar style. I like it. I like it. Yeah, shout out to Baton Rouge. I like that we got the top 5 there. I will say this, Van. You asked if we're watching your stuff. If you have a Samsung TV, you can watch the Ringer channel. I literally came down to my Samsung TV today, and it's the Midnight Boys on my TV, and you guys are just chatting. Yeah, it's like unbelievable. Like literally, it just goes to it first off. So I wanted to give a shout out, Samsung TV. Van, you're all over it.
Did they tell you to do that? Why
No,
did you do that?
I have a Samsung TV. I came downstairs. Riley's like, "What are you doing? What are you watching in there?" I'm like, "It's the Ringer. It's on."
So
TV.
they didn't tell you to say that, and you just said it out of nowhere.
I'm just telling you my experience. I can't.
You can. I'm just
my life
saying.
experience.
Tate's
Do you
not
remember
reading a
the Truman
promo.
Show? Remember the Truman Show when Truman's talking to his wife, and she goes, "Hey,
With the cocoa, yeah,
yeah,
with the cocoa powder." He's like, "What the
He's
hell
like,
are you talking about?"
what are you talking about? Who are you talking to?"
Yeah.
That's what you just did, Tate, for no reason.
It does feel like the Truman Show sometimes. I have like the actual show up here to my left, so it's like I'm watching us in real time as this happening. 4th and 10 right now,
And it's a false start.
and it's a false start.
Guys, it's over. The first
I don't
play of the
believe
game.
you.
The first play of the game,
I
State
don't
had
believe you, sir.
State had a receiver coming over the middle, and they threw it. The ball was a little bit behind. He dropped it. That would have put them in business. They'd have been in good. That guy might have scored. State's done, guys. State's finished. That broke them. State's out of here, man. They're done.
Their
4th and
QB took
15.
a shot on 3rd down too.
4th and 15. Let's see what happens here.
Last play here.
Okay,
And then we'll do
can I
some
do
quick
something
hitters.
here?
Yeah,
I've
please.
always wanted to do this. Can I do the play-by-play for this?
Yeah.
I want to call
another
it.
false
I think they called it
start.
time. No, they got another false start. Yeah, do the
Yeah,
play by
so
play.
now it's 4th and 20. It's
Do
over
the
for
play by
State.
play. We need a Musburger moment. Sean McDonough.
Yeah.
Whatever guy you wanna
Who's
envision.
your play-by-play guy, Van? College football. Keith
who's your
Jackson, Musburger, Chris Fowler, Sean McDonough.
The
Gus Johnson.
Keith Jackson, Musburger, Gus Johnson, the whole midday SEC crew are my guys. Those were the guys. They would
Vern's
say
the
weird
best.
things.
Like I miss Vern,
Vern.
so
Don't
much.
forget Vern.
Man,
Vern
Vern's
was the
the best.
man.
Like I miss Vern. When I watch SEC games on ABC or ESPN, ABC, I'm like, it just doesn't feel the same. There was like a weight to when Vern would come on with Gary Danielson, and like he would keep Gary Danielson in check. Yeah, it was perfect.
Can I give you guys a sneaky name that actually is good calling college football?
Okay.
RG3.
Yeah, he is good.
Oh, it's like a color commentator. Yeah, he's all right.
RG3 as a
With
color
Jason
guy.
Benetti. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Benetti's the best. Benetti's the man. Benetti's great.
RG3 as a color guy. You guys, there's so many jokes I can make right there, but I'm not going to do them. Okay?
Hey, Max
Just in my
Brown's a
head
color
right now, I
commentator,
got
too.
5 I can fire off. I got 5 I can fire off. I'm not going to do them because I'm giving love. RG3
Respect to the chat.
he's good as part of the broadcast, man.
He is. They get some weird games in that Fox number 2 crew.
Yeah, so
I even like the CW crew.
Fumble.
Oh, it's over. Oh my God.
It's over.
Oh, touchdown. Are they going to pick this up? Scoop and score? No, he just falls on it. The Texas
Look at
Longhorns,
Caldwell.
Brian.
Dude,
Caldwell.
that was. Can I just declare this right now as a Texas fan? That was the stupidest win of all time for Texas. There were just legacy punt returns, legacy reviews,
legacy extra points.
I gotta say something, y'all. Joel is in the chat, man.
No,
is he?
Hold on for a second. Joel should be better than this.
Hey, Joel.
Joel is in the chat.
Yeah,
Joel should be better than this.
Me,
Let me tell y'all
something.
trolling.
Right here in your seat.
Trolling.
Wearing this jacket.
Joel is in the chat. This is a stereotype, and he shouldn't play into this stereotype. He not coming to work, but then he's still at the chat.
He's online.
That's the thing. Like Joel, like dudes call off from work, and then they be in the gym hooping, and they put it on Instagram, and you're like, "What are you talking to stupid?" Joel being in the chat when he's supposed to be on here delivering the takes is crazy. But you know
we
what?
should be in a
got
quad
new
box
rotation.
right now. Yeah.
We got a
need
new
Joel
rotation now. Bryan Curtis press box. What's better than one press boxer? 2. We bring the Bryan Curtis press box situation into this. His horns up. His team won. So we don't even need Joe. Joel, you played us for the last time. What is he saying in the chat?
Yeah, someone share the Joel troll comments.
I can't wait to pull up my phone because even before the Ringer Tailgate Show was created, I had a Ringer Tailgate Show on my phone every day because he would just be texting me about Texas over and over again.
Yeah,
This is so happy for me.
They asked me in the chat. They said, who's going to win tonight? It's the versus tonight. Cash Money versus No Limit. I want to ask Bryan Curtis. Bryan Curtis right now. We from the same era, basically the same era. Bryan Curtis, what are your favorite No Limit Records albums ever?
I'm sorry, I'm having a little audio issue here, Van. Just hold on, we're gonna try
Brian,
to
you
fix
gotta
it.
be able to name one song from No Limit.
Tucker's trying to fix it. Hold on, just give me a second.
I was hoping that Bryan Curtis was gonna put camo on and be like, "I'm gonna make him say,
You know that song? You know, make him say, don't you? Make him say,
Sure, yeah. Listen, you can't be Joel. See this, and now you're doing it
Shout
to
out
me.
to Master P.
You're getting him. You're getting me like he gets
Brian,
me
you
all the
you
time.
mean to tell me you don't know one No Limit Records record?
No,
You
I mean
know
I'm
one
just.
song.
We just
I'm sorry, I
gave
just
him
had an audio issue. That's the thing. I'll get with you in just a second and answer all your questions about whatever you're asking me.
So a song played in my shit earlier. It came up on my title. It was Train, Drops of Jupiter.
Okay.
Do y'all know that record?
I'm familiar, yeah. Drops of Jupiter in my ear.
See, I knew that was your shit. I knew like
It really isn't.
Say you didn't know. No,
It really
no,
isn't. Just
really
I was like,
ambient
hold on, wait a
noise.
second. No. You said
He's not on the train.
You didn't know like No Limit.
I'm not on the train.
I said Bryan Curtis is a train motherfucker.
No, really not.
No,
I'm a
he's
nothing.
not on the
See,
train.
that's the thing. I'm nothing. I just don't have it.
You're not a music guy.
No.
As
Joel has exploited so well, and now is doing when he's not even here.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Joel. This is like Joel's dream right now. He gets to watch this and just enjoy it. Hey, man, the logo. We lost the logo.
Oh, did we? LSU Texas A&M is on.
That's a real game that's happening.
That's the game of the night.
They're showing
Herbie,
commercials.
the dog is there.
They're showing commercials for those Arby's steak nuggets right now.
Okay, I saw those for the first time today. I did
What's
not
your
know
thoughts on the
steak
Arby's
nuggets.
steak nuggets?
I would try it. There was an Arby's right next to the old Ringer headquarters in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I had the drive-through of shame so many times when I would leave work, leave all my colleagues that eat salads behind. I'd be like,
I would go there with Jim Cunningham. We saw a guy get stabbed out front of that Arby's one time
What?
while we were inside. Yeah, it was quite a moment.
it's now gone.
Hold on for a second.
Not the guy, Arby's.
Shout out to Jim
Maybe
Cunningham.
both.
Jim Cunningham is one of our homies. But you mean to tell me that you and Jim Cunningham went to Arby's and y'all ate inside the Arby's?
Jim would eat inside the Arby's. It was like
You guys are too nasty.
I didn't
nasty
eat.
motherfuckers.
I didn't eat.
Okay.
I didn't eat.
If you
So the
go
only
get
way
the
to do
Arby's,
Arby's is the drive-through, you're saying?
You got to
Always.
take it
You gotta
away,
get out of
bro.
there. You don't want to be
You got to
there.
get out of the Arby's,
You got to
man.
get out of there. I
You
agree,
got
man.
you can't eat.
People were
the
like
Arby's.
scouting us. They were like, these are the guys we're gonna go after. And
They
Jim's
got
like, they're looking
because
at you.
if you
They're
eat
looking at you.
Arby's inside the place, then the meat is wafting and touching on top of you. The Arby's is not the type of shit you can sit inside that bitch and eat it. I'll tell you something else about that
I
Arby's.
feel like
by
eating
the
in
way.
a porta potty. Yeah, it was something.
That Arby's is legendary.
It is great sign.
Yeah, but you know why it's legendary?
Why is that?
Hit it.
Hoeing.
Oh no, that's why Jim probably went.
Legendary part of the old Hollywood host stroll.
Oh,
When you watch the pimps talk about in the old pimp documentaries, they literally talk about the Arby's with the hat, where they would send their girls out there to work, and they kept the hat around because it's a historic thing.
This is all
but it's
making
legendary for hoeing.
sense. This is all making sense. I now understand why I was there and why I was inside. Jim was scouting. I was getting scouted by the vagrants, and Jim was scouting for the host. So what a moment. Shout out to Arby's. Great times. Joel just said he's going to come in at some point. He said he's going to jump into the show. I don't know how real that is, or if he's just like, is this a real threat, or what's going to happen? But we need him to answer for Nico. That's really the thing.
he needs to answer for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Brian, I want to let you know something, by the way.
Okay.
I know that song Drops of Jupiter word for word. It's one of my favorite records. So if anybody out there is thinking that I was saying that it was something wrong with Drops of Jupiter, can you imagine that? Love fried, deep fried chicken, best friend always sticking up for you.
Where's Train from?
Even
They might
when
be
they
from
know
the
they're
South.
wrong.
No offense to Train.
I fuck with
apologize to
Train.
anyone
I
that's
like
Train.
I
Haynes
think Train might be
sisters,
from the
too.
South. I think they're from the South.
LSU
By the way,
just scored, by the way. This is a 7-7 game.
7-7 game, Miami, 7-7 Miami. Miami is back. Question about the game. Back to college football. I don't know. We haven't even been talking about it.
Back to Arby's.
Is this game for Miami is sneaky important, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Every-
This
I
is
mean-
like you need to win 50-7 to kind of right the demons there a little bit. Yeah.
I've kind of forgotten Miami existed until I saw it on the schedule today. Because we just after the Louisville game, it was over. I mean, just
And
everybody.
Louisville's a
everybody
good team, but
They're
that
a
was a
decent
really bad
team.
loss. Yeah.
And I feel like Miami, everybody was like, there's all this traffic in front of them in the ACC. They can come back. They could totally wind up 11-1 and be in the playoff.
Miami, you think they can?
It's not crazy. Their schedule was they don't really play anybody either.
Yeah, it's
Also,
wide open for them.
Back to Miami, the team is so well constructed. There's like a lot to like on the actual team.
Yes.
And so
Especially on the lines.
The both lines are so well constructed. Coming out and being in
Those
a situation,
uniforms are hideous. My God.
Yeah,
I did not know
it's
they were
terrible
wearing
today.
those. Holy.
It's terrible today. But Stanford's uniforms are actually Stanford trying to respect. No, that's Miami right there. Miami's
got camo uniforms on.
But I mean, can you say that though? If they trying to like respect the troops?
I don't. I think Adidas does not respect anybody with those uniforms. Those are hideous. I mean, I like Miami. Those are hideous.
No, they're trying to respect the Miami team at the Cotton Bowl, and was it 91? They came off the plane in the fatigues.
Oh,
that's
right.
what they're trying
fatigues.
to respect.
Is that true? I mean, I guess
Against Texas.
If that's the callback, then I at least understand it at some level.
That would be
Those
the
are
cool. That would be
absolutely
the
hideous.
coolest callback, right?
Yeah, I will give them the benefit of the doubt because I don't know the reason why they're wearing those, but that is atrocious. I mean, because Miami, they have great uniforms typically. That's so bad.
0-0 by the way. Oregon and Wisconsin.
Ooh,
Oregon
Luke
and Wisconsin.
Fickell, legacy game.
Luke Fickell legacy game. Luke Fickell legacy game. Legacy
Luke Fickell
game
have
for
a
Luke
job
Fickell.
game. Yeah.
I want to start a new segment, legacy, and then we just go through the gamut. Speaking of, I did want to bring this game up. Auburn won. They won an SEC game. Jackson Arnold got benched in that one for Stanford transfer. I saw Stanford play and made me think of Ashton Daniels. But Hugh Freeze won that game, and then afterwards said that they should have won 6 or 7 games. Not that it's a what-if game, but did Hugh Freeze save himself? Did he save his job today, Van, you think, with that win?
Well, yeah, he got a stay of execution at least. He needed to win the football game. But people were so down on him. They're expecting big things from Hugh Freeze, and those things have not materialized. This is what I say. I'm hearing a lot of college football coaches talk about the games that they should have won and making excuses about the close losses and tough environments that they had.
Not Bill Belichick.
Not Bill. Not Bill. I get it.
He won't do it.
This is my thing. This is my thing.
No excuses.
This is my thing. We get it. It's a tough place to play. It's a tough league. All of that stuff. These fans are not going to listen to any of that. They fans in Auburn. They've seen excellence. They want you to win football games. Same thing in Baton Rouge. Wherever you go, we get it's a tough league. We get the talent spread around more than it's ever been. If you are at Auburn, War Eagle for those people, they're going to expect you to win. They care about their football program. So close losses and coulda, woulda, shouldas are not going to satisfy them. So it doesn't even make any sense for them to do it. Or like all college football coaches, stop talking about the fact that, that's a good team in the other locker room. No, fuck all that. Either you won or you lost. Auburn has had a lot of tough breaks, but they needed to get a win and they got one.
Shout out to
I think they
Auburn.
win
Cam
6 or
Coleman
7
played good.
games if they don't start Jackson Arnold. I mean, like he's been bad all year.
Yeah.
Bad
They were
last
in
year
a
at
bunch
Oklahoma
of games
too, right?
Yeah.
Kind of one of those guys, though. One of those guys that has such great athletic measurables that any good coach is going to always feel like they can unlock it, right? But it just doesn't seem to be coming together for him right now.
5-star guy, all that stuff.
Pick six in that game, got benched after the pick six, and then they come back to win that game. I mean, they were down for the majority of that game, so it was actually an impressive comeback for them. So give Auburn some love. They don't get too much. Another game that I wanted to point out because I just thought this was crazy. I didn't really know this. Sunflower Showdown. Kansas State beats Kansas for the 17th straight time. Did you guys know that?
No.
That's
17 in a row?
Yeah.
That's crazier than Mississippi State
17
SEC
in a
losing
row?
streak.
17th straight time. I mean, unless the broadcast was incorrect. I didn't go back and look at the game logs, but the broadcast said that was the 17th straight, and Kansas was favored in this game.
Hey, man.
That's crazy, right? Yeah, I'm glad you reacted. I reacted
You're right.
the same way
It
on
is
my
17 in a row. It's correct.
17 in a row is nuts.
That's a
I'm
very
serious.
lopsided rivalry. Yeah. Seems impossible.
So that's
17 in a
and they
row?
play every year, right? So that's
Yeah.
what do we do? That's early Obama era when Kansas last won.
2007.
That's Mario Chalmers, bro.
What was the coach? Who was the coach at Kansas who took them to the Orange Bowl? Got the mustache.
Oh, yeah.
What was
I
the
get him
year
and,
that
I get him and Ralph Regent mixed up in my mind.
Yeah,
what was no, that's not Mario Chalmers era. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's Mario Chalmers. Yeah,
Well,
they won
that's
the national
Mario
championship
Chalmers
in
area.
08. Yeah.
Hey,
Mario's Miracle.
did y'all know? I don't know if y'all been watching Starting Five.
I
But
have.
the lady
Shout out to my guy
that
Skalatar.
that James Harden is dating. That they keep
is-
talking about on Scott. That's Mario
Chalmers' baby mama.
Wow. Not to change
Okay.
the subject, but Mark Mangino
man.
is the guy I was thinking about.
I'm just
Sorry for
I'm
the
with you.
sorry for the swerve
Mark
there.
Mangino.
Yeah, Mark Mangino.
There you
I
go.
remember him.
Yeah. He
had
won
a
Coach of the
run
Year
there.
in 07, by the way. He was a national.
He had
Coach
him
of the
going
Year.
for a second.
Yeah.
had
Big
him
12
going for a
Coach of the Year.
That's probably the last time they won.
I think Mangini has made me forget Mangino. You know what I mean? Like they've
Eric
like Mandela
Mangenius?
affected it in my brain. The
Became
Manginius.
one guy.
Remember Charlie
7 to
Weiss when he
7.
coached at Kansas? That was a crazy time.
LSU,
Seeing his son, seeing Charlie
Texas
Weiss
A&M
Jr.
right
today,
now.
Right.
calling plays for Ole Miss.
Texas A&M
Doing
is
a good
dropping
job.
again on the LSU defense. Marcel Reed, 3rd and 7. Can the LSU defense get a stop here on 3rd down? Let's see. Whose heart will break? Whose heart will break?
Is this a legacy third down?
It's not legacy because it's 6 because it's a fucking touchdown. That's what it is.
no.
Fucking touchdown.
God, that was a good
Marcel
throw.
Reed, by the way. He could be in
Dude.
that Heisman conversation.
For guys that have improved from year to year, you just forget, and sometimes in college football, how much somebody can improve. My goodness.
He's a really great story of, hey, maybe wait it out. There's a process here. Last quick hitter, last thing I wanted to hit with you guys, because I did find this fascinating. Then we can let Van watch the LSU game and be locked in. Nick Saban on College Gameday shut down any rumors of him returning to college coaching. He said, I want to stay retired. I do not want Jimmy Sexton anywhere near Miss Terry, which is his wife, obviously. He said, because when she hears some of these numbers, she's going to get interested, and I'm not interested. It sounds like he could be interested if the numbers are right. Should Nick Saban come back? Could he win an 8th national championship? Do you buy the hype, Bryan Curtis? Is that a story that's worth monitoring? Because it was something that got floated in the offseason.
So Nick Saban's 73 years old, and normally you'd
Bill
say
Belichick's age, by the way.
yes, and normally you'd say it's not going to work. But in the NIL era, where you can power, if you went to a good program where you could power up really fast, I think that could happen. in 2 or 3 years. Don't you?
I think it would have to happen like now. For if it was ever going to happen, the time.
No,
would
I
be
mean
now.
like he starts now, and in 2 or 3 years could be a national championship type team.
Oh, I think if he starts now, if you go to Texas, or you go to Penn State, maybe, I don't know. I think it could move quickly. LSU.
I think he
what
could,
if Brian
I think he
Kelly
could,
left and went to Penn State and LSU brought back Nick Saban? Man,
Oh my
how would
God.
that
I
feel?
think I would be down for it.
You would love it.
I would love it.
Unfinished business.
A lot of unfinished business. Full circle, complete the circle.
Mac Brown did it.
I would really, really, really love and enjoy that. I can tell. You know what, guys? I gotta go get the Bacardi ready, man. It's about to be a long night, bro. It's about to be a long night. The refs missed the fucking holding call. Holly Rowe is reporting. Like, it's about to be a long night, man.
Wait, Holly's
a lot of
reporting
missed
that?
holding calls with that A&M line going back to the Notre Dame game.
This is going to be a referee legacy game. It's about to be
Can these referees get it together for Van? Can Brian Kelly win this game? Or can he leave so Nick Saban can return? We also want to do a little disclaimer here. We are not brought to you by Arby's. We are not brought to you by Bacardi. We are not brought to you by Samsung TV Plus. These are all things organically brought up on this show just because, hey, they affect our lives. And YouTube TV. Love the multi-view. Parting shots. Bryan Curtis, last thing before we get out of here. Any parting shots for the people?
I cannot wait to text Joel as soon as we get off here. I'm so excited.
Joel lied, by the way. He did not join the show.
I've never been more excited in my life. That's it. That's all I got.
I love it.
My parting shot is I appreciate Bryan Curtis for holding it down. This show is a show that we do live on Saturday. You got to watch the games. Then you got to come do the show. And then you got to watch your team with a guy that you're paying $100 million to and players that you pay for go out there and break your heart. So it's not easy. Brian's team got to win.
Yeah. Nice W.
They came back. They was actually in hell until Bryan jumped on this, which tells me Bryan is a good luck charm for his team, and I'm a bad one. So let's watch this game. 31-17, Texas A&M. Final score. I'm calling it. I'll see you guys Wednesday.
There you have it. Van calling a shot. Bryan Curtis being a trooper joining us for the show. We appreciate everybody tuning into the show. Shout out to Joel Anderson. He'll be back on Wednesday. We appreciate everybody watching Ringer Tailgate. And again, we will see you in the middle of next week. 21 or older and present in select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.